So I know we talked about it earlier, and I kind of want to dive a little deeper into it.
Okay.
Specifically, mental health in the Black community. I
Ooh.
feel like this community, like, we need a little TLC. We need a little love.
Ooh.
Tell us a little bit about something. Like, what are the statistics? Like, let us dive into this.
So yes, it's a huge taboo to talk about mental health in the Black community. I think it kind of goes hand in hand with religion as well. Like we keep it in the family. We don't really show our emotions. We don't talk about these certain things. Even if somebody who is severely mentally ill and knows it, other family members may not know it. Just
Right.
But yes, it's definitely an issue in the Black community. I don't think it goes along with education. I think if that's something that you didn't know growing up, or something that was an option for you, or something that was a choice for you,
True.
then that's not something that you go to.
True.
Sometimes you think about therapy and how that's a privilege to go to therapy.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people may not have health insurance, so that's not an option that they even think about considering, right? And if they go to a church that, like, there's counseling there, then they may just do that there. There's not enough I guess maybe education about it,
Mm-hmm.
especially at the parental level,
Right.
or the generation before that, to kind of like,
Pass that knowledge over.
yeah. It's changing a little. I want to say I think it's changing, especially with like the generation below us. Is it the what generation? What?
Gen Z. Are they Z? They keep calling them millennials. Listen, millennials, we're in our 30s, okay? Leave us alone.
I think Gen Z and millennials are talking about it more.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that is absolutely, like, I see the turn. Like, I feel like people like us, people who are in their 30s, we're talking about therapy more. Amongst my friends, people are talking about
Yeah.
therapists more.
Yeah.
10 years ago, that was not the conversation that was being had within our generation alone. So
Right.
it is changing. It's becoming more acceptable, right? It's not, oh, you're crazy, so you're going to therapy. No, there's
Right.
things that you have to kind of work out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. And I also feel like, I think there's like a fear too, because, the Black community, we do face different challenges that maybe other races aren't struggling with. So, like, let's say you are going to therapy because of maybe some like racial tension, and your therapist is white.
Ooh,
I feel like that's
talk
the issue.
about it.
Yeah. And like, maybe they don't have a therapist that might understand them. I mean, there are a few, but like, in your community, like, do you
Yeah,
know?
because you're, as a white therapist, like, you're limited. Like, you
Right.
can't really, you can help process that person's situation, their reality, their experience, but there's a disconnect in a way.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I mean, it is what it is. It
True
is what it
though.
is. And that's why some people seek out specifically Black therapists, so they don't have to deal with that elephant in the room, right?
And explaining themselves and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
because sometimes with the Black therapist, not to say like all situations you're automatically going to connect, but
Yeah,
you don't
definitely
have
not.
to do
There's
that
right.
over explaining. Like, you can just say, this is a funny example, but like with my therapist, I was talking about working out, and I'm like, the hair.
Right.
The
And you
hair
just know,
is
like,
getting
that's an issue.
sweaty and da, 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 da. And she just
Right.
knows, like, like, she
Like,
just
you just
knows.
know.
Yeah, like a white therapist would be like,
But
so
you can just put it in the butt. No. It's not wash day.
watch it.
Yeah, I just watched it. Like, no. Yeah. Like little things like that.
Yeah, little things like that.
Right.
Little things like that.
Right.
But yes, obviously, especially today, like Breonna Taylor yesterday finding out that she didn't receive justice, that's taking, like, a lot of Black women are going through a hard time processing that. We're being told that, like, we don't matter. And we want to be able to talk talk to somebody about that
Right.
anger, you know?
Right. Right.
And sometimes you just might need a therapist.
Therapist. And I feel like Black women do need counseling therapy, because I feel like we're always told to be strong. Like that line, "You're a strong Black woman." Yes, it's a compliment, but I feel like it's also a label
Right. Why do we
that
have
you're
to be so
supposed to.
strong? Why
Yeah,
do we have to be so strong? Like,
like I want to cry sometimes. Like
and
I'm
I
at
want,
work and I
yes,
just want to break down.
yeah,
You
and
know,
it's hard because things like what you just said, feeling like we have to be strong, or Black men not showing their
their
emotions.
emotions.
Yeah, that makes, like, it builds all of that inside. You have to
Yeah.
show yourself to be strong, stronger than, you know,
Even if
the
you're
average
scared.
person.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, you hear such and such passed away from suicide. And you're just like,
You're like, but he was so strong. He was so chill, and like you had no idea.
I had no idea
Yeah.
because of that taboo in the Black community and in the
Mhm.
community overall, that we're not supposed to talk about our feelings. You know, men are not supposed to cry. Men are not supposed to be vulnerable. Black
Right.
women are supposed to take over the world. We're supposed to be able to handle all of these
All
things.
that stress. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's a major part.
That's
'Cause
a major, yeah, that's a major part. And I feel like, okay, so like what are some resources that people can reach out to? Let's say if they do choose therapy, maybe if they don't, like what are some other ways that they can start the journey to possibly getting a therapist or possibly getting counseling?
yes. So I think, and I believe we spoke about this before, therapy for Black girls
Yes.
podcast, and
I love
also
that podcast.
the podcast and the website. So I don't know, this is a new thing, and I'm not sure if a lot of you all know, but you can go to therapy for Black girls, put your address in, and it'll show you all of the Black therapists
Everything.
in your
Everything.
area.
Awesome resource. Awesome
Awesome,
resource.
absolutely awesome resource. Psychology Today, which I mentioned earlier,
Mhm.
you can look for counselors in your area as well, which is even a broader, is, you know, much broader. So
Yeah.
all races, whatever you're looking for, different types of therapies, different types of specialists. Um, and hey, if you're not ready for, you know, to dive in the podcast as well, just
Mhm.
learning, you know, you can, there are tips that are being shared on these podcasts. You can follow different pages. They have a IG page. I didn't come prepared with a list of pages, but I'm sure if you like type in just mental health as a hashtag on Instagram or on Twitter,
Everything
there
can
are
be found.
different places where you can follow just to kind of get a start. They're giving out coping skills, how to manage depression from day to day, how to manage stress, self-care tips, things like that, just to start. And then when you feel like you're ready, then go ahead, go to your community centers. Some churches have lists of um,
Right.
Christian
I was
counsel.
just about to say that. Like, don't feel like you have to like sacrifice anything, because there are now counselors who are specific to religion.
Yeah,
And
they integrate that within.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yep. So you don't have to feel like it's
like they don't understand your values or
foreign.
anything.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
they have Christian people. They got everything for us. Don't
yeah.
worry. Don't
Absolutely,
worry. Don't
absolutely.
worry. But so, like, what do you want to tell? What are your last words to our fellow Black women, Black men, white, all races out there
All
who,
races.
who just don't know much about it? Like, what can you do to encourage them to actually just jump into this journey?
So don't be scared. Don't be afraid. You are not alone. A lot of people are going through just this year with the
Oh
pandemic.
man. Mhm.
Winter's coming, which is it's like
Sad
peak.
seasonal
Yeah,
depression,
yeah. Seasonal affective
like
disorder. Yeah,
disorder. Yeah.
yes, yes. Peak depression is coming up.
Yeah.
Pandemic. I mean, we're taken to the streets to just fight for rights. It's a hard time. It's a hard time. You're
Very.
not alone. It's
Mhm.
a lot of stress on one person. So if it's something that you've been considering, or if it's not something, and maybe this video made you think, hey, you know, it's okay to talk to someone. Like Mimi said, like she felt like when she sought out treatment, it was just like talking to a friend. They're not there to judge you, they're there to help you. You know, it's all about what you need and what you need to get out of it to help process what you're going through so you can feel better, so you know what you can do to help yourself and you can impart it onto somebody else who might need it. So don't be afraid. Reach out to someone. You'll be surprised that they're doing the same thing too.
Right. Thank you so much, Anita. This was great. I always love talking to you, girl.
Yes.
And like, if people want to reach out to you, I don't know if you want to share your
My
social media platform. I'll also type them in the description bar as well. But
okay, so like I'm on Twitter and it's ANITABAE, Anita Bay. I believe on Instagram it's Anita Bay, but with an underscore, like Anita underscore Bay. And don't be afraid to request me, shoot me a message and say, hey, I saw you, add me. Because on Instagram, I am private, but on Twitter, I am public. You can follow my crazy antics there. Those are my platforms.
That's awesome. Anita, thank you so much for sitting with me and chat with me. And you guys, if you love this video, please don't forget to subscribe, like this video. And if you want more and if you want to see Anita more, let me know in the comments below. So we'll have to come back again.
Thank you so much for
Thank
having
you,
me.
girl. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.